Starting the session now. Whether you are able to hear my voice, all of you, my voice is okay. It's audible. Okay. Shall we start with the session? Today's session. Okay. You remember what we discussed on our last day session, that is on Saturday? Yes, group policies. So generally, group policy means what? Collection of settings which is applied on multiple users and machine for managing and controlling our domain or network. Yes. So to apply the group policies, we can use three things. Like group policies can be applied on you, domain, and on sites. So group policies can be applied on what? OU, domain, and site. Yes. So if you want to apply the policy for certain users, few users, then we'll use what? OU. Can we apply the policy on multiple OUs or only single OUs? Multiple OU or single OU? Multiple, yes. And then we discussed if you want to apply policy to all users, including the domain administrator, then we apply the policy on domain, yes. Then when we apply the policy to the domain, which will be not covered? If you apply the policy on the domain, which will be not covered? Which thing will be not covered? Child domain, very nice. Then we applied the policy on site. Site means location. So if multiple servers are maintained, your parent and child in same location, then you will apply multiple domain what? The policy on sites. But if you have different servers, two DCs, are your parent one location and another child DC in other location, so you need to create two sites, then apply the policy on sites. So we had some problem along with my machines here when I was checking the output. You were getting some delayed output. So just I want to know from maximum people, shall I repeat those practical once again? Because few of the people left after before the session was actually wind up. I seen at that time few people were left. So if you want me to explain the practical little bit faster again, I'll do it. So how many policies we have done on OU, domain, site? So I need to show you all the three are from, I think OU maximum people were there. Or shall I show three or shall I repeat the policy on domain and site? Maximum people, what you do? Okay. You want me to repeat all three? So I'll do it little bit faster because today also we have the group policy part. We will discuss only mostly practical. There is no theory. So I'll just go through with the Saturday practical once more for the convenience of everybody. Then we'll go today with today's session. Is it okay for everyone? Okay, fine. I'll repeat the practical, whatever I have done on Saturday. Again, I'll repeat it. Okay. So first, okay, I'll do it a little bit faster. So, okay. I'll repeat all the three practicals. So first we will apply the policy on domain. Then on OU. Then I'll show you on domain. Then I'll show you on site. So already the setup is ready. I made the machine. One machine should be what? DC, other machine should be member server. So that is there. First I'll start with what? OU. So let me repeat the practical. So this is my server now. So I need to go to the group policy management. So if your existing policies are there, how to delete the existing policies? Go to the GPM console. You can find here group policy object. Here, select all and delete it. So there will be some group policies default from the OS that will be not deleted. Only what we have created will be deleted. See here. Now, once you delete the policies, it will be deleted our policies which we have created, not the policy which is there from the OS. Now, it's been here. Some policies are still remaining. So once you remove this, don't forget to update. Otherwise, those policy will not be removed. Now it has been removed all the policies which I applied on the Saturday session. So this is how you will remove. And again, you can practice it. So again, for the convenience of everybody, I'll just try to do the group policies. So I'll not do the creation of OU like already it is there. So you remember I created one OU with a name called sales. It is there same. Everybody knows how to do it. Already 2 users are there. So on that only I'll apply the group policy. So now this is my group policy management console. Then select here what sales. My requirement is they should not get the computer who the sales account people. Others should get it. So I'll creating first the object. So what is the requirement? Remove the computer icon. Remove the computer icon to sales department. This is our requirement. So that is called object. Once you create a object, it will be created here. Just apply the policy. How do you apply the policy? Select that, right click, then edit. It will be there under the users configuration. So go to the policies, then administrative template. Now here you will find what it will be there. Computer will be there on the desktop. So you just select the desktop. You can find here. Remove my computer icon. Then go to the where edit. Then it is not configured. You enable the configuration. Then now apply and OK. If you do the GP updates, it's okay. Or if you don't do also, it's not a problem. So I'm just doing it. Now what should happen if I log in with any other user other than the department user of the sales? I should get the computer icon, but I should not get for 2 users who are the part of the sales account, that is S1 and S2. So let me go to my client machine, which is now as a member server. So let me log in with what? One of the user who is outside the department. Like I have domain users here. You can check the domain users is there here. This is our domain user might be. Okay, let me go to the machine. So many users are there here. ADUC console. Yeah. I have some domain users like U1, U2, U3, U4. And sales account users are what? S1, S2. Let me log in with the first the domain user with anyone. They should be having the computer icon. You can find the computer icon for this user. Now let me log in with what? Log in with what? The users who are part of the sales account like S1 or S2. So let me log in first with the S1. So I'll not get the computer icon. It is not there. Even if you go to the icons, it will be not highlighted. You see here. I went to the key, then type it what accounts, sorry, icons, then go to the settings. Now here it is default disabled because the admin has disabled the icon for this department. So same thing will appear or happen to the other user who are the part of this department, that is S2. Him also same thing should apply. Now you can find same thing is applied. So I hope this first practical is clear to everyone. Yes, because on that day it was taking some time for the implementation. So that's why I repeated. Is it okay now, everyone? Fine. Now, let me, if you want to revert back that computer icon, what you have to do, just go to the policy, delete the policy as I have done. It will be there in the GPM console. In the GPM console, you have group policy object. Just delete it. You will again get the icons to the user. Is it okay now? Okay. Let me go to the second practical of the Saturday. That is the practical was applied. Sorry, the group policy is applied on the domain. So getting some resound from. Please keep your mic mute. No, request everyone because it will disturb everyone. So I muted your mic. Please don't unmute your mic. Now let me go to the second practical. So what is the second practical? Just I'll recollect fast. The practical was related with what? Applying the group policy on the domain, complete domain. See, this also I shown you. If a user is smart, he can go with what? He can go with the shortcut. Then you can block the C drive also. Let me show you that also. Just 1 minute, I'll show you. So how to block that C drive? Again, go to the GPM console, then to the sales OU, right click, deny the C drive, users policy, template, Windows component. Under that you have what? File Explorer component. Then write that C drive. Then we can don't go from that also. Let me prove that. So now this is the user, he is smart, so he'll go to the run, then C colon. So now he's able to open what? C drive. Now to prevent that, what we can do, apply the block to the C drive also. This is all the sales first practical only. I'm continuing. So let me go to the to block this. I need to block users from utilizing this option also. Going to the C drive by going to from the run. So what I'll do, I'll block the C drive now. How to do? Again, go to the group policy management console. Then go to the OU, create one object like deny the C drive. How to deny the C drive? Let me show you. Object is created, then apply the policy on that object. Policies, administrative templates. Here we have our first component that you find Explorer. Here somewhere you can find prevent the access. Prevent the access to drive from my computer. Right click, then edit, then enable this. Then here is restricted all drive, but I want only C drive. So select here, then go to the apply. The policy has been applied. Just to update it. Now let me go to the uh, user, which is a part of the sales account, either S1 or S2. Now previously he was able to go from the run and able to open the my computer. I'll have restricted it. Now see, same thing is trying now. Same thing is trying now. S2 user, like C colon. Now he will be restricted. See. So I hope now first practical is okay for everyone. Yes. So let me do for the domain. Let me do for the domain now. So our requirement is block the notepad application to all users. All users means we need to do it on the domain. So again, I'll go to the GPM console, create a object with any name for my own understanding. Go to the users, policies, administrative template. Now select here system container. Then I'll have what? Do not run specified Windows application. Then in that, I need to write what? Notepad as an extension. All applications in Windows will be with what extension? .exe. I need to write that. Now let me check that output. So nobody can get the notepad, including the administrator. So let us do that. I came to here. Now my requirement is what? Uh, Domain users. All users should not able to access the notepad. So I'll go to the domain, create the object, not from the sales. So this policy should be applied from the domain. So what is the requirement? Denied notepad application. So I've written one object. So let us apply the policy on that object. Here, just go to the policies and Windows. Can you find its system? Here you will find something what? Do not run specified Windows application. Right click, then edit. Then here, we need to enable this policy and click on show. Which one you want to block? You need to write it. Like I want to block which application? Notepad. Which will be behind what extension? .exe. Let me say okay. Let us update the policy. Policy have been updated. Go to the client. Now log in with any user, whether it is sales department or any user. Now let me go with the sales. Now he should not able to open the notepad application. Let us try. Not able to open. This is applied to department. Now outside the department also, sales department, so no user should open. Log in with another user like U3 is outside the department. To him also the policy should apply. He is also trying to the notepad application. He is also restricted. Okay. Even this will apply to our domain administrator. So you can check from the DC machine or from other machine. So I'm checking from the other machine. So what I'll do, domain administrator. Administrator from the same machine means DC machine means only administrator is enough. But if you do it from other machine means you have to write the domain name after the administrator name. Administrator at the rate. If you log in other machine as a local user, he can able to open, remember, the notepad application because the policy is applied to domain user, not local user. Right, let me log in now and try to. Okay, sorry. Administrator has logged in now. He should also not able to open this application. Let us try. He's trying to open. To him also restriction is applied. But generally, we don't need the restriction to domain administrator. So now my requirement is the policy should be applied to everyone except the domain administrator. Like this, if your manager is there or team leader, you can also exclude by same process and method. I'll show you for the domain administrator. So what is our requirement now? This policy should not be applied to the domain administrator. So what should I do? Go to the same console, EPM console. You can see here in the notes I have given you how to deny a particular group policy to a particular user. In my case, it is domain administrator. Same, you create one object. Sorry, the object is already created. So go to that object, right click, edit, then action, properties, and select what security type. Write the name of the user to whom you don't want the policy to be applied. Then select deny group policy. can do through the other method also. Click on delegation, advanced, add the name of the user. Don't apply the policy to the user. Then update it. Now you log in with that user. The policy doesn't apply to that user, but still it will be applied to other users. So let me do same thing now. This is my here. Already which policy is applied on the domain, deny the notepad. So now what I do want to do, this policy should be excluded to one user. So for that, select that policy, and here you can see action, then properties, then go to the security. Now here you need to write the name of the user to whom you want this policy should not be applied. So our requirement is domain administrator. So write it, administrator, activate our domain name. Check the name, it is verified, yes. Now you see our domain administrator. Select and you go to the not allow box. You go to the deny box. Here at the bottom you can find deny the apply group policy. Then go to where apply. Yes. And so update it. Let me go to the client machine now. Let us log in with what the domain administrator once more. Let me log in again. We should able to open the notepad application now because we have removed the restriction to this user. Let me go to this. Now he can able to do it. Others will have the restrictions. See, let me log in with other user. They cannot open still. Let me log in with the other user. See, restriction is applied. It is okay now, everybody. The second practical. Now, the last practical is what? If suppose there is a child domain, this policy will not apply restriction of notepad to child domain. So we want a restriction to be applied to uh, child domain also, other than my main domain to other subdomain also. Then I need to do it on the site. So our last practical for the Saturday was this, applying the policy on site. So for that, what should I do? Again, first write a requirement. So I made a requirement like this. This policy of nobody should able to go to the run. So that is one example I have taken. Then first create a object, either on domain you can do it or anywhere. So I'm creating on the domain. One object I'm creating. Do not remove the run option for everyone. So go to the edit, user configuration, policies, administrative templates, start menu and taskbar, right click on remove the run menu from start, then edit, apply. Then this is just a policy is created, but it is not been linked with what site. So how to link it, this policy with site means on the same GPM console, you will find what site. I'm using default site. After 2 days, I'll show you how to create our own site. Today, just concentrate on default site. Now, you go to the site, right click, show site, then check the box default site, then right click on the default site, link your policy. That is remove the run policy. Then update it. Then go to the any user. Then that they cannot go to the run. So this is how you can do it. Let me do this fast. Now, same thing I'm doing now. Let me go to the same policy. Let me create one policy. deny the run to all the user. Anything you can write. That is for only our understanding. First, let me create object. I created, then apply the group policy. I'm very clear. Can you find here? Remove the run menu from the start menu. Select, right click, edit, then enable it. Now see, done. Just update it. Now this policy will be applied to everyone. This policy will be applied to everyone. Now let us go to the any user. Let me go again with U3. Now he cannot. Previously he was able to go to the run, but now he cannot go to the run. Nobody. But this restriction should not be there to the administrator. Let us check with the domain administrator now. So now will this restriction will apply to domain user, domain administrator? Yes. See, he cannot go because previously policy was different. This policy is different. So again, how can we exclude the administrator? So just what you have to do, go to that policy to exclude himself. Go to that policy, right click, edit, go to action, and properties, then security, then add that administrator. Check the name. Verify. You can find it. Now deny this policy. Finished. Now the administrator will not be having this restriction. Let me go to the because GP update will be there from the run. So run has been blocked to administrator. So now I'll just go it and check. Try to go. I can get able to go it. Yes. So now the policies doesn't apply to the domain administrator. He can go now. Is it okay? Update I did not do. So now how many policies are applied to how many users? That so you can check. How to check how many policies are applied to how many to which particular user? You can check like this. Go to the GPM console. From there you can find group policy modeling. Right click on that. Next. Next. Select the user. Browse. Type the username. Then check check the skip box to final page. Next. Finish. After that, you click on detail tab. You will see how many policies are applied. Sorry, I did not show you the linkage no, with the site. The policy is created, but I did not show you the. Just give me a minute. I'll show you how to link it. The policy is created. How to link with the site? Select, right click, show site, then default site. here. Site name will come here. Select it. Right click. Link the site. Now, which one you want to deny the run? Now, this will be applied to everybody. This is how you link the site. Now you can check in the client with any user. This policy will be applied. Let me log in with yes one. I cannot open the run here. Restriction is that. This is how to make the linkage. But admin has been excluded. You can see here. Admin has been excluded. You can able to open. See it. Okay, done. Everybody understood? So before I begin with the today's session, this was the thing I started for the benefit of the people, because I got a request that somebody made a request that it should be repeated. Okay, I'll done it. There will be no problem. Just 5-10 minutes extra today will sit, because today we don't have much theory. Again, group policy part 2. Okay, is it fine to everybody now? Yes. Is it okay now? Okay. So our next task is what? Today's session. First, I'll show you how to check how many policies are applied to a particular user. So how to do that? How to do that? Again, we need to go use the GPM console. Let me go to the GPM console. Here. You have group policy modeling. Yes. Right click. Group policy modeling wizard. Next. Next. Here you have this. You want user information. So select a user. Browse. Then here. Let me select here user. Then browse. Write the name of the user. Which user? Suppose U3 or yes one. They are belonging to department. Yes one. Check the name. Whatever policy is applied, you can see. Skip to the final page. Next, finish. Generating the report. Now you can just click on the detail. So you can find how many policies are there to the yes one user, who is a part of the domain user. See here, yes one name, domain name. Here, how many policies are applied. You can check here status first. To the here, you can see whatever policies are been running here. Here, remove the computer icon, deny the run, notepad also here. All these things you can see. Is it okay now, everybody? Okay. Now, our today's practical is what? The continuation of group policy part 2. So today we'll go with certain more 3 policies. So our first policy for today is what? Mostly we till now concentrated on denying the access, but sometimes you need to give the access or to provide the user with their requirement to do their work. So today we'll see how, as an administrator, we can provide them the resources or services or whatever application they need to do their work. So today that is the session. That is what called group policy. So let me show you. Today requirement is what? User need to do work. So sometimes to do particular work, they need particular application. So today we'll do the practical through the group policy, how we can provide the users with the required application. Because in the real time, the user will not have the access to install any application. And as an administrator, you cannot go to each machine and install a particular application to do their work. So in that scenario, through the group policy, you can give that application as well as the permission for the user so that they can install that application and use it. So that is what we are going to discuss today. Important session, how we can provide the user with the required application as an administrator. Instead of going to their machine using the group policy, we can deploy the software. So this is what we are going to discuss in today's session. Deploying the software to the users. So this is our continuation group policy part 2. Okay. So we have done till now how to restrict, but today my requirement is always will not have to do the restrictions. Sometimes we need to provide certain things to the user. So today our requirement is what? We need to deploy the software to the user. So that is the first practical for today's session. Deploying particular application to the user based on their requirement or their work. So using the group policy, we can also deploy the application to the users on their computer from the central location, that is from the DC machine, by using the group policies. So this is what we are going to do today, deploying the software. But when we deploy this software to the users, we need what? The application, which should be the extension of .msi. So through the group policy, it will not support the application of Windows generally, which is of .exe. So it will design to support what? The deployment of application which is .msi. .exe, .msi. So you can get this application very easily on the from the Google also, or from the official website of the Microsoft. MSI stands for what? Microsoft installers. Microsoft install. Yes. So that application you can get it very easily. You can just take one simple example and take one application and do the practice. So once this restriction is lifted, in our lab, we kept some dummy applications. We also did from the same internet some dummy application for practical purpose. Extensions of .msi. Till that time, you can just go to the Google. You can just download one such application, .msi application. You can do the practice. Once the restriction is completed, when you come to the lab, if you want, we will give that folder which contains this .msi applications. So that is the first practical for today. So there is, as I told you, there is not much theory we have to discuss today, just the practical. So can I start with the practical, how to deploy the software? Yes. So we show you how to deploy the. So to deploy the software, which should be of .msi application, we have three options. How many methods are there? Three methods are there. These three methods are quite different. So I'll show you those three methods. Out of these three methods, I'll show you two methods. So what are those three methods are there? Any idea? Those names are what? Published. Once I start the practical, you can see the name. Published, assigned, and advanced. So I'll show you published and assigned, because advanced is used for what? For updating. Already installed application is there. You need same application but with upgrade version. Then you go for what? Advanced. But I'll show you how to deploy the application using published as well as assigned, both methods. What is the difference you can find? And advanced is what? Already existing application. If you have the what you can say the upgrade version, then you can upgrade it by using the option called advanced. The procedure and method is same. Okay, let me start with the practical now. Can I start with the practical, everyone? Okay. EXE stands for what? Executable. EXE stands for what? Executable. Okay, let us start with the practical now. Let me go to the DC. So what is my requirement? To deploy the application to the users from the DC machine. Yes. So you want to see the slide? Okay, just take a second. I just okay. Want you to take the screenshot. Done. Ah, let me begin with the practical. What is our practical? This is a license have been expired now, so after 1 hour, this will get restarted. Till my machine get reboot, I can just explain you the practical. Ours is what? Deploying the software now, using the group policy. So, so here we have to give the path. So please remember, this we are working through the network. So don't use the browse option. You have to write it manually. Then only your practical will be okay. So now, first what you have to do, you have to copy the MSI folder, which is there in the AIF folder. This was there in our lab setup. So in that, we have what some .msi based application. So that I need to copy into some drive for practical purpose. Then open the UDC console, create some department with this user. Already I have created this user. Then uh, open the E drive, create one folder, share folder with what name? Any name. I use here folder name as what? Software. You can use any name. Then copy that MSI software application which is of .msi extension into the share into the software folder. Make that folder as what? Share folder. You know how to make share folder? I'll do it same. Then apply the policy on OU. You can do it on domain, domain or OU or on site. So I'm applying on the OU, which I created with the name already with what name? Sales. So it can be saved. You know how to do it on domain. Instead of OU, you select the domain. So what is the difference? Yes. So then create a object. What is our object? Deploy the software. Then right click on that, edit users, policies, software setting, then go to the software installation, then new package, then the file name. Your DC name, folder, share folder name, what I want to deploy. Suppose example, my users, sales department user need PowerPoint viewer. I'm giving them the PowerPoint viewer like this. Open, then select the PowerPoint MSI file, then select what? Open. So here I have three machines, published, assigned, and advanced. So I'm doing first practical with published. So select here publish method. Everything is same for all three methods. Only select the method. That's it. Verification. Go to the S1, which is a belonging to sales department. Now you can try to access the PowerPoint viewer, but when we use the publish method, it will be not available to the user on their desktop or in the search. So we have to go to the search. This application won't be there. So we need to go to the control panel. We need to go to the control panel, open the programs. Then there you can find what features. So open the program. There you open Samsung feature. Then install the program from network. Then you can select the PowerPoint viewer. Then click on install. Now you can access the PowerPoint viewer. Go to the search. It is available. Okay. Can I show you this practical? Everyone, is it okay? I'll go practically slowly because this is a lengthy. I'll go it slowly. Don't worry about that because I shared this practical with everyone. That's why I just read it fast. But the practical I'll do slowly. Okay. Now my DC machine is ready. So what is my requirement? What is my requirement? Deploy the software to sales department. That is my requirement. So to fulfill that requirement, I should have the application as an administrator in my DC machine. What I'll do, first, I'll copy that application here. I have already my E drive. So let me make my E drive as well, just for simplicity, that you can understand easily. I'm just making it fresh, completely empty. Nothing is there now in my drive, but I have one AIO folder in that these dummy applications are there. In that, I have a dummy application with what MSI software. I'll copy this, paste it into my machine in E drive. Now, my requirement is what I want to deploy this application PowerPoint Viewer to sales department. So, what should I do? The procedure is first create the OU. So, already I created. So, I'll just show you already that is created. I think nobody may ask me to create once again the OU because I hope you know how to create the OU. We did number of times. Go to this, right click, new. You can give the new OU, and you can create the user. So like this already we have a OU with what name? Sales. So I'll apply the policy. First step, create the OU and have some user, at least two users. I have OU is ready. Second step, copy the ISO image in some drive, any drive, not any. So I have already copied. Now let us create a share folder. So the deployment of an application to the user through group policy will be done through share folder. We already discussed this, how to create a share folder. So again, I'm creating one folder. So my folder name is what software. You can write any name as per your own understanding. So this is now my folder. So I need to copy this application which I want to deploy. So I'm copying this complete application. I'll copy this application into my share folder. Now let me make this folder as what you want. You can just Now my folder is there with this. So I want to make this as a what? Share folder. How to do it? You know already. Go to the properties, select the folder, properties, go to the sharing, then click on what? Share, then everyone, then add what permission I want to give them, read write, that they can deploy their own application. You see here, what is the extension of this? Yeah, this is called UNC path, software, MSI folder, MSI software. Or if you want to make it like a easy, what you do, you want little bit easier path. Just instead of that, remove this, remove this folder. Again, you create a share folder. Just a first normal folder. Folder name is what? To make it path easy. You open this, you copy this, then directly you put it inside so that you don't have to do two times software inside that MSI software. Now, let me make it now easier for the path so that you can understand. So this is my folder with this application. So I want to share this dummy application. These are all MSI based applications which we have downloaded from the internet. Then software, make first this folder share folder. Properties, then right click property sharing, share, everyone, then add. I think you know this. We have done number of times. You can see the difference. The path become what easier. Now previously, so now don't change the setting. The path is become easier here. Now I don't have to write under the software again MSI. That's why what I did, I just open and copy the application. I think you understood now, everybody. Yeah. Otherwise, I need to give under the software again that folder name MSI software. So to avoid that, I open and copy it. Now this is our path. You remember. This is the system name. This is our share folder which contain the application which we want to deploy to the sales department. Clear? So I think you understood up to this. First, I created the sales department user. Then I create share folder with .msi based application. Now we will deploy it. So to deploy it, we need to go to where? GPM console. So we are deploying the application using the group policy. So to deploy the application using the group policy, which console we will use? GPM console. So again, open the server manager console. Go to where you can find it, GPM console. Now, as usual, like I shown you Saturday as well as today. First, you need to create what? Policy. So policy can be applied on domain or on the OU. So I'm doing on the OU. So first, you create one object to apply the policy. So our requirement is what? Deploy the application to the users. So I'm writing that. Deploy the software. You can write anything as per convenience. Object is created. Then select this object. Select this object. Right click. Edit. Go to the policies. Here, administrative templates. Now here you can find any software is there. Software no. So what you have to do? Go to the Windows. Policies. Software setting. Yes. Software setting. Now you have what? Software installation. Software installation. New package. Yes. Now you have to give the file name. So how to give the file name? Don't browse it. Give the file name. How you will give the file name? First, system name, our share folder name. What is our share folder name? Software. Then which application? Which application? In my case, PowerPoint Viewer. Select like. Now say what? Open. Now select this. Now say what? Open. Don't give the path through browse. Manually give. So you can find here three methods. What is the difference between these three methods? I'll explain you. When you use the publish method, the application, once we deploy to the user, it will be not appearing on the search. It will be not there in the search. It will be there in the control panel. So the user has to go to the control panel. From there, they need to install it. If I select the option called assign, then the application will be directly available on the search, on the desktop search. The users will get that application which you have deployed. So they can deploy, they can install very easily through assign method. But I'll show you both method. First I'm showing you publish, then same thing I'll repeat through the assign. And this method we used when we are already the application is already installed, but the upgrade version you need to you have to upgrade the existing application. At that time you'll go for advanced. So I hope these three methods you understood. Method and procedure is same, just you need to select. First I'll show you through the published, then second I'll repeat with the assign, so that the repetition is also done and you can understand the difference also. Is it okay now everyone? Okay, fine. So let me go with the publish method now. So remember, when we use the publish method, this application will be not available to the user directly in the search. It will be there in the control panel. So user has to go to the control panel. From there, he has to install it. Now, can I show you the output now? So the application has been deployed. Now, log in with the sales department. It is not available to all users. It's because we apply the policy on OU. So you log in either one S1 or S2. I'm logging with E. You do the GP update, it's okay. If you don't do also, not a problem. But it's a good thing if you update it. Now you go to the client now. Now you go to the search and type it that application PowerPoint. PowerPoint. It is not available because we use which method? Which method? Published. In publish, it won't be available in the desktop search. So it will be there in the control panel. So the user has to go there. So see now, I'm going back to the user now. Here, open the control panel. First, you go to the where programs. Open it, programs. Here you find what programs and features. Then you can find here what we are using the deploying the application from the DC machine in the network. So install the program. Now, can you find here? You just double click, the program is getting installed. So it is a just dummy application. Now here you can go to the search. Now this will be available. See here. PowerPoint. Can you find here now? PowerPoint Vivo. So this is the way. Now to get the clarity, I'll repeat this practical one more time for OU using other application. Like I have there multiple application. Now I'll use Word Viewer. But with which method? Assign method. I'll show you now which method assign, so that it will repeat as well as you can understand. Assigned. Yes. Can I go for the practical now? Again, repetition. Now, for sales OU, I'm doing again. Just for the others, I'm just repeating it. Some persons say no need, but I'm repeating it for the others' convenience. So already OU is there. Already our share folder is there. Just I need to deploy the application. So to deploy the application, go to where? Go to where GPM console. Then I already created the object, same I'm using, edit, users policies, software setting, software, package, which application, file name, so first my system name, then my share folder name, what is my share folder name, software, then in that I have now last one, can you see word viewer? I'll open that now. Now instead of published, I'll use what method now? Assign. Now see, everything is same. Let me go to the update. Let me go to the user now. Once again, log in with the same user. Now we done the publish method. So now he will directly be getting that application what we were from the search from the desktop. We go to the search. Here. Press the Windows key. Write it what word. Can you see here? Can you find here directly the dummy application? So this is the difference between assign method and publish. So I hope you understood the difference between these two. Yeah. Okay, fine. So how many practical we have done today? One practical. I shown you publish and assign. Now, next important practical is what? We have to deploy the script. Nowadays, like our multiple tasks or complex work can be done with the help of what? Slides. Oh, sorry, it is not called slide. It can be done through what? Script. So generally, previously, maximum time the team to write the slide would have been different. The software person used to create the script, and we need to, as an administrator, deploy or run that script. But nowadays, because of the competition, some companies prefer the administrator who knows also the scripting. But in our course, this is beyond our course scope. So we are not going to discuss how to create the script or how to write the script. We will be concentrating more on what? How to deploy the script. So one dummy, a small application, very small script we will have for checking the output. We'll create one small script and we will check the output. So what is our next practical for today? There is no theory for that. Just like we done what? Deploying the software. Now we are deploying the script. So that script, the message might be running, some antivirus can be running, something like that. You can have many scenarios based on what? The script. So our main focus is what? How to deploy or run the script in the network through the DC to all users. So I'll take the example of what through the group policy we are doing. So through the group policy, that policy can be implemented either through OU, through domain, or through site. So if you want only department means apply on the OU. If you want all users, apply on the domain. If you want that script to be there for all the branch for all the domain, including subdomain means apply on the site. Method and procedure is exactly same. Okay. Can I do the practical for the software deployment? Okay. Now, before I go, let me explain you briefly how we will do this. So, I shown you also assign method. Now, let us do it for three. So, in the any drive, here I'm taking example E drive. You can take any drive. Create one again folder with any name. I use the name script. make it as a share folder. You know how to make it. Again, I'll do it. Then create one script file inside that share folder. Open the share folder, then create one script file. So for our practical purpose, I'll create one normal script file. In that file will be written with a message called welcome to Zoom technology. You can write anything. Echo means that message should come to, I'm applying the policy on, suppose, OU. So it will appear to only OU users. If I do it on a domain, it will be applied to everybody. So I'll show you the domain now so that it will apply to everybody. So then first understand the scenario. We have to deploy the script, and how to do the procedure is step by step. You have to understand. First, create a share folder. Inside that folder, create a script file like I'm creating. W script dot echo space, write any message of your requirement within the quotation. Then that file extension should be .vb, Visual Basics, for the script. So don't click directly on the save. First you click on what? Save as. Then the file name should be anything. Like I given the file name login. You can use any name, but the extension should be what? Of the file .vb, Visual Basic. Then save it. So share folder is there with our script file. Now we have to deploy that script to department or to the domain. So open the GPM console. Here I took the example of what sales. If you want me to do on domain, I'll do it on the domain. First create a object with any name, then right click on the deploy script, edit, user, policies, window setting, deploy the script. Right click on log on. This message should come when they log in. Log on, properties, add the path. You have to give the path. Share folder name, system name, DC name, share folder name, file name. Okay. And once you log in with any user, that message should appear. So this is what the script, how can we deploy. So I hope it is okay. So can I do with the practical? When I do the practical, I'll go a little bit slowly so that you can understand. Is it okay or shall I repeat? Thank you for your response. Let me show you the practical. So first, I need a share folder in any drive. So I'll create a share folder now. I'm using basically this E drive. So again, I'll create one folder. For easy understanding purpose, you can use any name. So this is my folder, normal folder. Make it as a share folder. How to do it? After the share folder, you add the file, or before you make a share folder, add a file. Nothing will happen. I'm going with what? Share with specific people. One. The permission you want to do. Read and write. And share. Share folders. Now inside this, let me create one file. How to create a file? It is a text file that I'll make as a script file. So now open the file first. Write the script w script dot echo. Then whatever message you want to write it. I'm writing like this. You can write anything. But remember, it should be inside the quotation. But don't save the file directly. It should be in .vb extension. So how to do it? Click on the file. First click on save as. Click on what? Save as. Now here the name will appear, file name. So you give file name as what? Login dot dbe. This should be the extension. File has been created. So you can see. So you see here, my file is created with what name? VB. So this other dummy file, my file is there. VB extension. The message is this one. Okay. So this is inside the share folder. So already a share folder is created with a file. Now my first requirement is completed. Now this file, script file is ready that I need to deploy as an administrator to entire domain. So I'll apply the policy on domain. The notes I have written through the OU. Now I'll show you through the domain. So to apply the group policy, go to which console? GPM console. Go to the tools. Then go to which one? Policy management. Then I'll apply the policy on OU. Sorry, not OU, sorry, domain. So create first one object. You can write anything, deploy or run the script. So this I'm taking through the OU, not OU, through the domain here. It can done from anywhere. So this is the thing I written. Select, right click, edit, policies, right here. Here you have a administrative. Fine. Policies. Inside the settings, you can find here what? Script. Can you find here script? So just open it. So when they should get this file, once they log in, right click, properties. Now you have to give the path. How to give the path? Add and the path. Instead of browse, always use for network what? Manual. System one. DC name first. Then the share folder name. What is the share folder name? Then what is the file name? Then say what? Live. Now log in with any user, that script should be running. Go to the user. Even you log in as an administrator or any user, this should come. First I'll yes, one is the department. It also will be covered because it is a part of domain. Inside the domain, OU is there. So now, once you log in, the script you can find. See, can you see? Log in with another user who is not a part of the OU. Let me log in with you. So it means our script is running fine. So how many practicals over today? I've shown you first how to deploy the application. Now I've shown you how to deploy the script. The two main practicals is over. So you can see in the slide one more practical we have, that is called folder redirection. So we discuss profile, no? So in the profile, you have a concept that when you use the roaming profile, it will take more time for the login and logout. So the remedy is what? Home folder. So in that, admin is creating a folder. And through that, the login and logout become faster. But you have another alternative option. What is that alternative option? For the roaming folder, how many folders we have? Around 12 folders as a user setting or user personal folder. So in that only the user has to write the data for roaming profile. So in that we can use one concept called folder redirection. So around 12 subfolders are there, no personal settings profiles of the user. We can bind one of the folders of the personal setting to one folder, so that when they write the data from that particular folder, the data will appear directly on one share folder. So that is what called folder redirection. In the roaming profile, the disadvantage is login and logout becomes slower. So to avoid that, one option is you can use the home folder. Another alternative option is what? Folder redirection. So in the folder redirection, what we will do, the user personal setting, they have around 12 folders. So one of these folder, we will be with one share folder. So once the user write the data in there, one of the subfolder, the data will redirect it to this share folder, so that login and logout become fast. So this is what we have alternate solution apart from home folder. folder redirection. So redirection of the folder on the on a local computer or on a share folder, we can do it. So share folder will appear as like a local drive. So it will make the users log in and log out faster in case the profile is large. So here there is no much theory part as I told you, just the practicals. Now we'll bind or integrate one of the user profile share folder to the share folder. So that it's called redirection. So when they write the data, like we have some user personal setting folders like download, desktop, favorite, music. Those out of any one folder, like example, desktop. When they write the desktop, the data will be automatically redirected to the share folder, which we have to create now. That is called folder redirection. So that the login and log out become faster. Okay. Can I show you folder redirection? See, when you do about the script file .echo, then only it will apply to the multiple users or multiple machines. That is one type of, you can say, rule something for the script file. Echo means it will be repeated to whom you want. Multiple users like domain or multiple users in a OU. But that echo will be there, extension. It is an extension of the script file. Multiple users. Okay. So can I go for the next practical? This is the last practical, but if time is remaining, I will show you uh, what group policy to certain condition. If that condition is fulfilled, then only the policy will be applied. If that condition is not fulfilled, the policy will not be applied. I think the time will be there. I'll show you that extra practical. And finally, I'll show you when you create a policy, you should also know how to delete the policy. This will be our last practical after the folder retention. So, is it okay now till now, everybody? Are you following the session today? Up to now, everybody is okay? Okay. Thank you for your response. And tomorrow will be our fourth class of the activity, because today before I start the session, somebody asked me how many still sessions remaining. So today we are completing the group policy. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we'll be discussing two remaining classes of the Active Directory. So that will be like a Wednesday. I think Wednesday is first. Today is what, 30 or yes, 30. Tomorrow is 31st, I think. This month is 31st or 30. Forgetting everything. Staying in the home. So I think 31st. Okay, yes. Thank you. So now by first, this Active Directory classes will be over. Then from the second, we will have up to like 6th or 7th the servers. Like I'll show you important basic servers, how to configure our servers as an administrator. That will be our third part of the course. So we will be having in our course how to configure DSCP, DNS, IIS, how to host the website using IIS. Then we also be discussing the inbuilt application of the for virtualization, Microsoft, got Hyper-V. Then we also have a session regarding the VPN concept, how the users log in from the home for their private network. That also we will discuss along with what the management of hard disk. So these are the important topics remaining. So it will be covered by 7th, I think. Still, if because I don't want to rush up, so still if some topics are remaining from 7th or 8th, I will start the Linux as well. At the same time, if any topics are pending in the MCSE, I'll first take MCSE half an hour or 1 hour maximum. Then next hour we'll take the Linux from 7th or 8th till 14th. This will be the schedule. So roughly you can say about like 6 to 7 important servers will be there. So roughly 7 to 8 MCSE classes are remaining. Still, if anything is pending, we will continue with the Linux and the MCSE topics. But we will not leave any one particular topic also. That will be our commitment. So everything will be covered as per your vouchers, whatever you have seen, up to 14th. 14th will be our last. Can I go for the folder redirection? So you are saying learn commands from command prompt for MCSE or Linux. You have the options both. But Linux will concentrate mostly on the command prompt. But Windows, why the people like because of this graphical interface. But once you get a good grip over it, you have the shortcut kits. You can say command or shortcut key for everything. Like we are proceeding, opening the particular thing like ADUC console. You can just write dsa.ms like this. Shortcut will be available. You mean to say the videos of the MCC class, Mohideen? I think every day you are getting the video, no? You are getting delayed because it's happening everywhere. Offline, acha. You just request to the Priya, no? You send one mail to her. You say, I think you are from the Banjara Hills, yes? So you just said in between, you did first few days the offline, then you came to the online. You just request her. She will definitely send you the practice. It's starting. See, I'm there before 8:30 only, but maximum people will be coming few minutes now. So I'm waiting. Class will start anyhow 8:30. I'm writing in the chat also because everybody needs some time. For Indians means like IST means we made it stretchable, including everyone. So just I'm waiting few minutes. That's not a problem because we are extending the session beyond 10:30 also when it is needed. It's no problem. 8:30. I'm joining 8:15 like. Session start only from 8:15. I'm joining by 8:20 like that. I'm just waiting for people so that if any doubt they are also have, they can ask. Okay, can we proceed with the folder redirection? You can do offline once the now you know whole country is shut down. Once it is lifted, then only we can do practical offline by coming to our institute. Okay, before we go to the next practical, I'll just repeat what we have done today. We discussed how to deploy the software using published and assigned method. Then I'll show you how we can deploy the script. Now our next task is what? Our next task is what? Folder redirection for login to make login and log out fast. So we will create one share folder through that we will redirect the personal settings of personal setting folder. We can integrate so that the data when you write in the roaming profile or the user personal setting, it will be coming to the share folder. That is called folder redirection. You have, I told you number of times once the lockdown is completed, then you will have the validity up to 1 year. You can come anytime and you can do the practice. Not for 1 or 2 months, complete 1 year. You have the validity. Now, how to do this practical folder redirection? First, create a new share folder. So you can use any name of the share folder. So I'm using here example red name with read write. That share folder should be empty, remember. And go to the to apply the policy for folder redirection, go to the console because we are redirecting the folder using group policies. So go to the GPM console, right click on sales. You are applying the policy on sales, means OU, folder redirection. Then click on edit user policies, Windows setting, folder redirection. Then I'm binding or integrating the personal setting of the user like desktop to the share folder. That is the called folder redirection. Whatever you do on the desktop, that will be automatically coming to where? To the share folder, similar to like home folder. Now you give the path, system name, share folder name, then login as a sales department user. Create some file on the desktop and check the property. You will find the location of what? It will show the location not of the desktop. It will show the share folder file. Okay, that is what called the folder redirection. Folder redirection slide is not there. You see here. Sorry, this one you want not taken. Just a minute. We don't have a slide for what is called script here. Software deployment is there. After that, there is no slide for the script. So you can, if you want, you just take a snapshot of this folder. It's done. Can I start with the practical? What is the procedure for doing this practical? First, create a share folder. That folder should be empty. Then go to the GPM console, users, policy, Windows setting, folder redirection. Click one of the folders of the personal settings of the user. Then integrate with what? This folder. Everyone select the folder. The path should be what? System name, share folder which you have created. That's it. Now let me show you practically. Let me first create a share folder. Create one folder with some name. The example I use this name, you can use any name. This is a normal folder. Make it as a share folder. You can do from here or here. Both are same. Okay. The path you can find. So this is your share folder. Is ready. Apply the policy. To apply the group policy, go to the GPM console. Then I'm applying under the OU. So I'll go to the OU. Right click, create a object. I'm writing folder redirection. Right click, edit, policies, then those settings. Inside that you can find here what? The redirect. Select, right click. Here you can have, these are the users folder. You can integrate. I'm selecting here desktop. Right click, properties. Now a path. What is the path here? I can give here the path. How to give the path now? basic redirect everyone. The path. What is the path? System name, share folder. You have the option of browse also, but write it manually because it is for the network, whole network. Not done. Update the policy. Now log in with the users who belong to the sales department, like S1 or S2. It was appearing. Redirection policy was applying. I'll show you once more with the S2. Time folder redirection policy. Because it applied to the department, to both the users. Now we bind it integrated on the desktop. So you create any new file. See here the location, the property. Showing you what where it is redirecting. We see location, the share folder which we have created. Red. Yes. So that is how the data will be integrated. The data will be not saved here. It will be shared with what? The share folder. The login and logon become faster. So it is redirection. So whatever data you are writing in desktop is also a folder. It is redirected to the red folder. Is it okay? You can see the location here. Verification. So that's it for there. So we have enough time to show you one small last practical applying the group policy with condition. After that, we'll wind up the session. Okay. Is it okay up to now or any doubt till now? Anybody? Because I told you today we don't have much theory, just the practicals. So that's why I repeated Saturday session also, so that you will get a revision. So I hope you are clear up to this, everyone. Okay. So last policy we'll see, then we'll close the session. So this is called policy with a sharing. With a condition. If that condition is fulfilled, then only that policy will be applied. The group policy preference, that is, the policy will be implemented once that condition is fulfilled. Okay. So I'm going with what? Once 1 minute. Here. The user is created the file here. But what is the location of this file here? He created on his desktop, but it is showing in the property what? The share folder name. You can see here location. System 1 red, yes 2 desktop. So desktop data redirected to which folder? Red. Red is our share folder. It is not redirected. It would have been shown simply what? The location. Now, if I do, the user who is not a part of this, let me log in with U3 now, that you will clearly understand. Log in with U3. To whom will not apply the redirection. Now, you log in with U3. Create one file on the desktop. Check the location. What is the location here? It is user U3 desktop. But is there any share folder like red system name of the DC? Redirected. Now, in this case, it is not redirected. So the data will stay here. The data will be redirected to share folder. Is it okay now? Did you understood the difference? Now, let me do the last practical. It is called sharing Group policy is applied when condition is fulfilled. So go to the DC machine again, create one empty share folder with any name. Here I use some name XYZ. You read write permission to everyone. Open the UDC console. Right click on the sales for you. Then click on the share folder name. The path we are binding it, integrating. So one extra thing we are doing for condition is what? We are not going directly to the GPM console. ADUC console we are going, right click, we are applying the policy on OU. So right click on the OU, click on new share folder, give the name. So it will be integrated. The path is given. Now go apply the policy. So if the condition is fulfilled, whatever condition we are giving, then that policy will apply on the sales OU. Otherwise it will not apply. So now path is given. Now open the GPM console, right click on the sales, create a object, name network drive, anything you can give. Then edit, expand users, preferences, window setting. Then you can find here what? Map drive. Click on what? Map drive. Click on new. Map drive in action. And select here create location. Then browse. Select here what? Our domain. Then the folder. Then okay. Then select here what? The drive. Now show this drive. Show all this drive. Apply. Then select here tab. What is the condition I am giving? You see here. Select the common tab. Then check the box. Item level targeting. Click on targeting tab. Then click on new. I'm giving what condition? Click on operating system. So product is what? Windows Server 2012 because I'm using client as well as server what both this. Then only that policy will be applied. So verification in system 2. Login as a S1 user and open the computer. Which drive will appear? Z drive. If you use any other OS other than system Windows 2012, this Z drive will appear. So what is the condition we have given here? That drive should appear. Which drive we have given here? Uh, Select the Z drive. Any drive like this. So this drive will appear only to the sales department, not outside the user. When they use which OS? 2012. If they use other OS, I given 2012 because I'm using only 12. So I repeat once again here. We have to do what? First, create one share folder. Then go to the ADUC console, link that folder with what? That OU. Then open the GPM console. Open the GPM console. Then create one object like network drive. Edit, user, expand, window setting. Click on map drive. Click new. Drive in action. Then create the location. Browse our domain XYZ. Our share folder name. Okay. Select the drive. This drive. Show all drive. Click on apply. Select the common tab. Then box atom layer targeting. I'm giving the condition now. Click on new. Condition is what? Operating system. Family name is what? 12. Then the user should log in with 2012 only. Then what will appear? That drive will appear. So how to remove all our policies? Go to the policy object. Go to the group policies. Go to the group object. Select all. Then delete it. Then update it. GPM. So that's it for today. I'll just show the last practical. Then after this, we'll wind up the session. Okay. Now fulfilling this group policy with condition. So first, let me create a share folder. This has to be done in server PC. Now let me create one folder, share folder, empty share folder. I'm using the name like example ABC. You can use any name. In example, I given XYZ. Here, maybe make it as a share folder. Here. done so many times share folder. I think after this course, you will know definitely how to create a share folder. This is the path share folders created. One extra thing we have to do, what is that? Before you go to the GPM console, go to the ADC console. Or right click on the sales. Here you can find new share folder. And here the name. What is the name here? Like example, I have written here. Here. I click on the new share folder, give the name. What we are creating that and the path. Now here I am here. So the name can be anything. So I'm given what is first the system name is given. System name with my share folder name. What is my share folder name? Same thing I'm doing here. But you can find it. Same thing. Click on what? Okay. So the linkage has been done. Now you apply the policy. So to apply the policy, go to the GPM console. Now I'm applying here. So create first the object. Create the network drive when condition is fulfilled. This is my object. Now well it is wrong also nothing will happen. So just only for our understanding. Yes, policies. Now close. So here what is there here? To templates. Where it is there? Condition. What is the condition I used here? Here. Now click on create object name network drive. Okay. And right click on that edit users expand Windows setting. Inside that you have a map drive. I'm going to the same setting here. Close. Then inside that Windows, can you find here map drive? Just a second. Happening because of my server license got expired. Just give me 2 minutes. It will be complete. I'll log in with the administrator now. So we created the share folder, and we also given the path of the share folder in the ADC console for the OU. And we are applying the policy on OU. For that, I created one object. Let me apply the policy now. To apply the policy, go to the GPM console. Here, we have what the path, create the network drive. Then select here, right click, edit, plus policies, settings. Now here, network drive. You find here drives, right click, drive, then to map drive. Now here, what is the path we have to give now? I'm giving the path now. Location. What is the location? System name. The share folder name. What is my share folder name? ABC. Then which drive I want? Like maybe it is a drive for easy understanding. Then for this drive, same thing I have done here. Here, preferences, Windows setting, map, new, map drive in. Select the create location, browse. You can browse or do like this. I've given the path directly here. Same thing you can do. Create the action. You can browse also. Same thing will come. Manually you write or give the path. You can do manually or you can do directly also. Apply. Okay. Now one more thing we have to do. What is that one more thing we have to do? After is been given, but condition is not given. So how do you give the condition now? See, this has been done. We are giving the condition here. Use this drive. Like, can you also do graphically. Both options are. Select my share folder in the path. Which drive you want? Oh, here. Show all drive. So this drive, show all this drive. Then what? Apply. But we are giving the condition. What is the condition? Item level targeting. Then click on what? Targeting. You will get the so many options. So based on here, new item, what you want, condition. So I'm going with what? Operating. User who is using the Windows 2012. To them only it will come. So it will not appear to the users who are outside the OU. It will appear only to the users who are from the OU. So for verification, just go to the other machine, log in with the S1 user. S1 is using which operating system? 2012. Now log in with S1. Now you should get the computer drive with the form of Z drive. On the computer drive now. The restriction I'll try to remove for user so that he can able to open the E drive. So how to remove that restriction? One restriction. So to go to that group policy management, and it is there restrictions are there in the group policy object. So here we restricted them with what? Deny the C drive as well as what? Remove the computer icon. This two I don't want. Just delete. Once again I'll show you how to delete. Don't the computer icon and select delete. One more thing. C drive also I don't want to get the policy. The user and I'll log in on the computer. Now here you can able to see the Z drive. Yes, but now you log. Sorry, Z drive. Get the computer icon, but you'll not get Z drive. So this is called condition to policy. If condition is fulfilled, then only it will apply. So with this, we have done with today's session. Any doubts you have?
Here is screen is not
Any doubts you can ask me. Just sharing the screen because the connection was lost maybe. One able to hear me, all of you? Now, can you able to hear? Okay. So I lost the internet connection. Because of that, there was a issue with few minutes. Uh, okay, I'll repeat it. The last practical was, I'll repeat it. The last practical was what? The group policy is applied when the condition is fulfilled. That was the last practical. So I'll repeat the last practical. Before that, you understood? No, we did before that condition is fulfilled. What folder redirection? Up to folder redirection, there was no problem. No, up to folder. Okay, I'll show you the last practical once again. Uh, I'll do it once more. So I'll go to my DC. I'll, I'll remove that policy which I have just now created. So go to the GPU object. Whichever policy you don't want, you just like. So what was the policy I had? Want to delete this policy. Now, just go for the update. To do the last practical, first create one. First create one share folder. What you have to do? Create a share folder like this. I told you the example for the last practical. Create a share folder with any name. I use what? ABC first. I think connection was lost, so again I'll create it. So sharing with the condition. This is applying the group policy with condition. So first create a share folder. You know how to create a share folder. Then go to the ADC. I'm applying the group policy on OU. So go to the ADC console. Go to that OU. Then link that share folder with the OU. Okay. Then apply the group policy. How to apply the group policy? Go to that. My requirement is network drive should appear to the sales department when the condition is fulfilled. That is my requirement. So I'll right click on the sales OU, create a object network drive. Okay. Then edit user expand preferences, Windows settings. Then right click on what? Map drive, new map drive in action, create, browse, folder name. Then select the drive. So this all apply. Then go to the tab, common tab, box, give the condition operating system. Then do the verification. So I'll repeat once again this. Let me go to the share folder. I'm going to my DC now. Let me create a share folder. I already created a share folder with ABC name. I'll delete that. Again, I'll create it. Let me create a share folder with ABC name now. You can use any name. I'm using the same existing ABC. This is your folder. So make it as a share folder. Go to where specific people. Here, everyone. Right. Share. Share folder is created. Now, generally we are doing this and going to the group policy, but you have to combine this folder with what? ADUC console, because I'm applying this to sales only. Go to the ADUC console, go to the sales because sales OU I'm applying it here. Now select that, then you find here what new, go to the new share folder. What is the share folder I created? See, and the path I need to do it. Here example is given. First system name, then my share folder name. What is my share folder name? This. Now this has been already it's there. Okay, no problem. Now what you have to do? Go to what? GPM console. Go to the tools. Now here, GPM console. Apply the policy on OU. So I'll create one object. Right click create. So my requirement is what? Network drive and condition is fulfilled. You can write anything. I'm just writing. Correct. Apply the policy. Edit. Differences. Those. Here you have map drive. Select map drive. Here, create the action. Then here, browse. Domain name. What is our domain name? .com. Then share folder. Yes. Okay. Path is came here. Then what is the drive I want to apply? Let's suppose Z. Select this. Now don't say just apply, but we need to give the condition. For that, go to the common, then select this item level targeting, target. Now your new item. What should be the condition? I'm giving the condition through operating system. Now given here what condition? Windows Server 2012. So those users who are using this, only to them drive letter should appear on the OU. Now OU is created. Update it. So my users are using what 2012 only. Then only that drive letter will appear. That drive. So login. This I applied on the sales OU. So first we log in with the sales user. Who is the sales user? Yes one. So I log in with now yes one. You go to the computer icon. The drive is there. Yes. Can you see here? But any other user like a user who is not a part of this OU. If suppose this user, sales department user is using other than 2012 server operating system, then that drive will not appear. So let me log in with another user like U3. Now for them, the Z drive will not appear because it is not a part of the OU. The condition is given to them. And if the user S1 or S3, sorry, S1, S2 users other than 2012, they'll not get the drive. That is the call to policy with a condition. Once that condition what you have given is fulfilled, then only the policy will be applied. Is it okay now, everybody? Is it okay now? So this is about our today's session. Then if it is your network chain complete, you want to assign something drive later without going through what the previous condition, like we were giving the drive later using the concept called profile. So this also you can do it. So I repeat once again, like this network drive we have given to the OU with the condition. So if that condition is fulfilled, then only they will get the drive. The drive. Like we have done through the profile. We have given the users one data, one folder through the profile so that they can easily write the data. Same thing we are doing here. Okay. Is it okay or shall I repeat? My voice is okay now, or shall I repeat it? So that's it for today. Any doubts regarding today's session? Anyone? So today, I just recollect what we have discussed. We discussed how to deploy the application using assign method and publish method. What was the difference you have seen practically? In assign method, what will happen? The application will appear directly on the desktop. You can search it. But through the publish, it will be there in the control panel. You have to go there and install it. Then we deploy the script, and then finally we discuss how to redirect the folder so that to avoid the login and log out wastage of time, or to reduce the login and log on time to make our network faster. We did the folder redirection through the share folder. And finally, we did the uh, group policy we applied with the condition. So if that condition is fulfilled, then the policy will be applied. So this is related with what? The group policy concept. So with this, we are done with the group policies. So tomorrow we'll have a session related with Active Directory fourth class. Important session. The trust. That session name is what? Trust. Yes, Active Directory. So that will be our tomorrow session. Any doubt related with today's session? See what I said in the slide I told you when we discussed the profile. So we used what? Personal profile, that is called local profile. So once the user log in, they'll get by default around 12 folders when they log in. That is called local profile. So with that, advantage security. Disadvantage is what? They will not get their own data if they log into other machines. So to prevent that, we used what? Roaming profile. So in the roaming profile, we given one folder, created one folder, and that folder uh, will appear in the server. So when the user log in the data in their personal folder like 12, any one folder, the data will be automatically saved on the server share folder, which we have made as a roaming profile. So when the user write the data, once they save the data, after they log out, the data will be saved in the again when they log in from any machine, again the data will be fetched from the server. So it will take a lot of time for the user to save the data as well as to log in. So to reduce that, we used what? Home folder. But instead of home folder, we can also use one concept called share folder. Sorry, folder redirection. So instead of using home folder, other option to reduce the login time and to reduce the logout time also, to make our network faster, we can use instead of home folder concept, we can also use folder redirection. So that's what I said. In the folder redirection, will do the user personal settings will be there, in the form of 12 folders. So instead of taking 12 folders so that it will check in all the 12 folders, we will integrate one of the personal setting folders of the user with one share folder, that is called folder redirection. So once the user, like I integrated out of the 12 subfolders, one subfolder is what? Desktop. So I integrated desktop with what? The share folder which I have created. So that is called redirection. So once you write the data on the desktop, that data will be saved on the share folder. So that is called redirection. So I shown you by creating some file and folder on the desktop. It was not showing the location as what? Desktop. It was showing my folder name red. And I went to the other user who is not part of the OU. Then I log in and created the folder on U3. Then it was showing the location as what? Location as what? The user desktop, because it was not redirected. So that is what called folder redirection. So did you understood it? So is there anybody any other doubt, or can I close this session for today? Yes, tell me. how many people participated. You can see that in the participant list. I'll give you for Linux also one separate file. At that time, separate file I'll be sharing. Like same like Windows, I'll be sharing the Linux file also once the Linux session starts. Yes, I'll share it. I'll give the commands also. Once we start the Linux session, at that time, just wait for a few days. Okay, I'm closing the session now. You'll be also getting the recording session. I'll just check that option is there or not. So thank you, everybody. We'll continue our tomorrow's session with what? Trust, fourth class of the Active Directory. Okay. Thank you once again, everybody.